What is up, Yakuzas? It's your favorite content creator live in Japan, and I'm back with a new video. Today's video is going to be a street interview, and it's one of the series that I've been preparing for you guys in this new year 2024. I've come up with so many ideas, and I'm about to hit you up with so much content that you will enjoy. I mean, I hope you will enjoy. And we're starting today with Delphine. I'm going to interview her about her experience as somebody living with disability in Japan. Now we're going to see her very soon. But anyways, if you're new to this channel, my name is Ila. I go by Crazy Ila. I live in Japan, and every now and then I post a video about life in Japan, whether it's a street interview, it's a chat with the guests, it's a lifestyle, it's a random vlog. So a lot of different type of content, but all around the beautiful land of the rising sun. So if you like this type of content, you don't know what to do, subscribe, follow me on social media. If you've been here already, you know the vibes, you know how we roll. Thank you so much for tuning back in. Now let's get started. I'm late. Hi Delphine, how are you doing? Thank you so much for accepting this interview for my channel. Can you introduce yourself a little bit to the audience?
I'm Delphine. On the social media, I'm Nanao. I live in Japan for 9 years and I work for the video game industry. I'm a cinematic artist. So in your video game you have cinematic. I animate the characters, creature, everything. And yeah, that's my job for a long time here in Japan.
That's quite an impressive job. And where are you from?
I'm from France. I'm half French, half Congolese.
And what brought you to Japan?
In France, I was doing animation study. I wanted to do animation, so animator. It was difficult to find a job in France, even if I was good. So I have to say, and it kind of annoyed me to wait for experience to get the first job. So I was like, if I go to Japan, I'm gonna have the same chance as France, and I'm gonna learn something more about animation. So that's why I wanted to go to Japan.
Can you tell us a little bit about your situation with the wheelchair? What happened?
My situation is unclear yet. I'm officially disabled with the disability name of Stiffman, the same sickness as Céline Dion, if you know Céline Dion. But it's not what I have. I have something very rare, and the doctor doesn't know yet what I have. To summary, the thing is like my brain simulates the fact that I'm walking every time. So it's like I'm climbing Fuji mountain every time without the view or anything. In my legs, my muscle getting very tight, like very tired, because I'm doing some effort, but I'm not doing anything. When I walk, of course, I'm already tired and I have cramps a lot of time. I don't know where am I in the Fuji mountain, so sometimes if I walk, I can't fall because I have no power in my legs, or I get cramp. And I have that since I'm little, but that wasn't that bad, and you know, I just had more cramp than others, so the doctor don't care about that. And of course, at some point, this kind of sickness, they get harder when you get older. And yeah, 2 years ago, it just, yeah, my body was like, I'm very tired. So now I'm using the wheelchair, but I can walk, I can move my legs. I don't know what time of the day, which day I can move a little bit, so it's just easier to use the wheelchair outside. I hope we're gonna find soon exactly what I have and a good treatment. So,
were you diagnosed in Japan?
Yeah, in Japan, because as I said, I have that since I'm little, and I've seen doctors, but they didn't find anything in France, so they just let you go, you know, if they don't find anything. But 2 years ago, I just couldn't walk at all, so they had to take care of me. And yeah, after months, and I changed hospital many times, because you know, not every hospital have the good taste. So you should, if you have this kind of weird syndrome, you should move to another hospital. And then I found a good doctor who really kind of found the category of the problem, so neurological problem, genetic problem. And after it take time to understand very well the thing. So
was there any sort of support mentally that was accompanying this type of diagnosis?
No. There is no support at all. Nobody knows anything. I was like, where can I find a wheelchair? There was like, we don't know, you have to check by yourself, which is quite rough because, you know, like I just found a wheelchair on Amazon. I bought that. That was the worst idea ever. This super dangerous wheelchair. Actually, I got more information and support online that with the doctors, or even the French embassy didn't help that much. It's not that they didn't want, they just know nothing. And mental support, no. The most bad thing is to don't know what you have. And actually, when they finally decided to not diagnose, but at least say like I'm handicapped, I was relieved because, you know, all my life I had this, you know, and nobody understand, and there is no sickness. All the doctors said like cramp, we don't know what it is. Actually, it's not really cramp. It's, you know, like when you have a seizure, you can have this kind of cramp actually. So it's not really cramp. It's like my brain giving like a bad stuff to my legs. Many people told me it's in my head. Maybe I'm too stressed or something like that. And when you feel like it's not me, it's like something, and finally the doctor tells you like, yeah, you have a disability. We don't know yet exactly what, but it's neurological. I was happy. That's weird, but I was happy to finally be understand, and finally people gonna help me, because it's not like people didn't want to help me, but many people, my family, they were like,
you're pretending or something.
Yeah, you're just stressed, or maybe we're gonna see a marabout. Like, you know,
Not the marabout.
I had that many times. Like maybe we need to see like in the spirit way, but no, like it's just a neurological thing. It happened. Myopathy is like a muscle disease, and that's quite the thing I have. We just don't know exactly what, but we know like something very close to stiff man. So it's just happy to finally be understand, and then we can move somewhere, you know.
How did that go work-wise?
That was bad actually. In my company, I was considered as the best artist of the company, one of the best artists, top artists, and suddenly I was in a wheelchair, and some people with a very high position was very ignorant about this. Not only me, I know about other people in the company who had like autism. That was the same. They just tried to push them out of the company, and that was 1 year of a fight to just prove that my legs not working correctly, but my hands and my head, they're working perfectly, and my job is all about creating with my hands. So I don't have any trouble. They didn't trust me. When people are ignorant, they're like, you have a problem, or I'm gonna get your sickness or something, you know. The reaction is kind of ignorant. Yeah, so I had to prove, like I had the meeting every week, then every month, to prove that I still can't walk, which is very great for my mental, to prove every time, oh no, I still can't walk, I still have pain. Yeah, that was messed up, but I got help, you know, and I stayed strong. I tried. It really hurt my feelings. I was more worried about my job than my health for 1 year. I told them that was not fair to give them the first information from the doctor to my company and not my parents. My parents, they knew everything after them. They were not really open about that. I understand after 1 year that my fight is not there. Like I need to fight for me, not for the company who don't understand. So I just decided to move. Now I'm in another company, very big company, very cool company, and they're very open about my disability. I can work at home. There is no like a meeting to check if I'm still disabled or something, which is weird. I have my card, I have my proof from Japan, I have my Shoga Shatecho, but they wanted to check if I'm still disabled. Like what the fuck? Every week. Yeah, this story I want to tell you about the mental support. At some point I asked my friend if they knew about a therapist in Japan, because this situation was too much. So I've seen a therapist. I told her like I need to change my job because it's just too much. She told me like, you're not gonna find another job because you're disabled. Like they're not gonna. And I was like, no, that's not true. In my work all around the world, people know something about me. I prove myself in my job. And she said like, no, but now you're disabled, which was true. When I started to find a job, that was wasn't easy as before. Of course, nobody told me like we're not taking you because you're in wheelchair.
Subtle.
Yeah, but you can feel like that was not so easy. But I found a new job and they are very open-minded and there is zero problem about that. So it's possible. Just don't listen to people who tell you like it's gonna be complicated. Yeah, it's gonna be complicated, but you can make it. It's fine.
I see a lot of people with wheelchairs, and sometimes we see viral videos of people coming out of the train and people helping them to come out of the train. So it makes us feel like Japan itself as a country has all the infrastructures that are wheelchair friendly. What is your experience in that sense?
I think Japan is a very accessible country. I had the chance to move around in this situation. It was fine actually. Tokyo is great. Almost all stations have elevator. Where in France, like you need to check the sign of the station. Yeah, there is very a few. And even if you go there, the elevator might be in maintenance. So yeah, you can trust Tokyo. Honestly, the transportation are very accessible. If you go like Inaka, very far in a very small city in Japan, maybe it's not. Yeah, I have this situation, or there is no elevator, there is nothing, and that's quite complicated. But it's very rare, and it's if you go to a very small city, just go with a car. I think it's better. I feel like the country is very open to accessibility. Plus, the people, the staff, they are very aware and gonna help you anyway. In a company way, if it's a big building, usually it's accessible. But after inside the company, it depends of the company. My previous company, like the building is accessible for wheelchair. There is wheelchair sign everywhere, but the floor I was working for my company, they didn't build anything for the wheelchair, so there were no toilet for the wheelchair. The door was not accessible. Like it was impossible for me to work in this company.
What's something that you want people to know about using a wheelchair?
People in wheelchair are not paralyzed. Like not everybody is paralyzed and use a wheelchair. You need to know that, because I had so much ignorant people talking to me, like the most rude thing I can have. And I had one time in the street, I don't even know the person, he just come to me and say like, wait, I saw you moving your legs, why are you using a wheelchair? The audacity, why are your legs moving? Because I have a neurological problem. Like what the, mind your business.
Exactly.
But it was like, I didn't know. I thought like people in a wheelchair, they can't move their legs. I think I'm not wrong saying like most of the people using a wheelchair can move their legs. It's just we can't walk as much as you can walk, guys. It's just different. For me, like I can walk maybe 3 minutes and then after I can't walk. So where am I going with 3 minutes, If we're using a wheelchair, there is a meaning. We are not, nobody wants to use a wheelchair just for fun.
Would you say that so far Japan is the best country where you're able to use your wheelchair freely?
For now, yes, because I didn't try more. I know there is other country that might be also very good in Europe, but for now, yeah, Japan is so great for. I went to Hokkaido, Kyoto, Ishigaki-jima, also like around Fuji Mountain. That was great. Like the staff is very helpful. They take care of you. Like I went to a hotel alone. I needed a break. I needed a break. I was like, okay, let's go. I want to see the sea. I went to an hotel close to an onsen I really like.
Nice.
The staff was so aware. Like they were like, whoa, you travel alone. You're so strong. I was like, I needed a break. It's so fascinating. Like there is so many infrastructure to bring a wheelchair that you don't see. Like for example, when there is no elevator, sometimes the escalator can transform to elevator. And it's in the train, but it could be also like in a hotel. I had that one time in a hotel. I think Japan is better on this for sure. I know it's already very good, but some stuff are very not thinking well. The thing that really pissed me off a lot is they don't considering like we also have a life and we also want to be on time at some point. And sometimes Japan, they really treat you like you're the last priority. Yes. And a lot of time you have to wait so long, you know. This annoys me a little bit, but I'm already grateful to have something to go wherever Dokodemo. Yeah.
That's very interesting. What would you say we go and test those infrastructures?
Yes, let's try.
Let's go.
Show you.
Yeah. Before we do that, this is going to be part 2 of the video where we're going to test a Japanese infrastructure, especially trains and metro, to see how friendly they are for a wheelchair. Before we do that, where can people find you?
You can find me on my Instagram, Twitch and YouTube channel as Nanao. I stream every Wednesday and Sunday talking about Japan and playing video games. And also I create an Instagram account dedicated to the accessibility in Japan. So if you need any tips, if you are in a wheelchair, if your friend is in a wheelchair, if your grandma is in a wheelchair, if you just broke your knee and you had the plan to go to Japan, you don't know how you're gonna do, just go on this Instagram channel, Will Smooth. Did you get Will Smooth? Will Smith? Will Smooth?
Yes. That's great, guys. I'll link all of that down below in the description box of the video if you want to follow her and have some tips. Also share with people that will need this type of video. Now we're gonna go test the infrastructure. So if you want to watch part 2 of this video, you probably have to watch next week. If not, it's just right after, okay? Bye bye, guys. Don't forget to subscribe.
When you're not here, the sun don't shine. When you're not near, I don't feel like I do when you're with me. It felt like suddenly our souls collided, hearts entwined. When I decided to make you mine, I'm never going